To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love any food that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on that?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up.
That's good.
You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105.
Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you?
In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowcoat. Come on, I'm coming. You couldn't run the length to yourself.
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club. Friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Good evening and welcome to the show. This week we're coming to you from the Cresta Court Hotel in Altringham. We are here with St Brendan's GAA Club celebrating their annual dinner dance. It's always a great occasion and they've had some fantastic celebrations down the years. But this year there's something special about it because Jim McGuinness is here, the man that has done so much to put Donegal football back on the map. And of course we'll be having some great music and we'll be meeting some of the people that's heavily involved with the club. So let's go inside and we'll see how it's all going.
Attending tonight, and you're very welcome to the 2023 St Brendan's GAA Dinner Dance here at the Cresta Court. It's really lovely to see some new faces around the room, some new youth coaches, some new parents of underage, which is exactly why we're all here tonight, to develop things, progress things and make things better. One thing that we're really privileged to have tonight here is our special guest. And as usual, for some reason with St Brendan's, there's always a bit of a problem, like a flight or something goes wrong. But anyway, he's here eventually. Mark, thank you for collecting them. Jim McGuinness and his wife Yvonne.
Aisling, many congratulations on a huge successful night.
Thanks very much, Martin. Lovely to be here.
Of course, it was a very exciting night for you because you were named Club Person of the Year.
That's right, yeah. But sure, look, you know, it could have been anyone, but I will take that. It's grand. I just love being involved. It was one of my dad's biggest things back home, was always been Club Person of the Year, and something that I always enjoyed being part of, has been, you know, a central part of a club. I think it's what builds the foundations for success, really. So thank you.
Now, so many people belong to St Brendan's Club told me here tonight that you put your heart and soul into getting sponsorship, prizes for the raffle and the auction and everything. You've worked so hard behind the scenes.
Well, that's true, but look, it's like anything. You wouldn't be doing it if you didn't enjoy it. So, you know, that's part and parcel of it. I do enjoy it. It's not easy. There are times where, you know, you're, you know, doing things 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you're thinking, what am I doing this for? But I'm doing it because I love the GAA.
Jim McGuinness.
Mark, you've done really well in getting Jim McGuinness here. What a special guest he was.
Oh, he was brilliant. We've been very lucky in recent years. We've had plenty of big name guests, including Jarlath Burns, next president of GA, Michael Lester, Pat Spillane, Sean Boylan. So Jim is along those lines. Huge name in the sport, and very, very privileged, shall we say, to have him over for the club.
Kevin, you played a big part with St Brendan's down the years.
I certainly did. It's been a long time. I think 85 I joined the club underage, and now still sort of going. Not playing. They won't let me play anymore. I don't understand it, but yeah, still out helping the youth, hopefully, and then eventually the youth will make it into the senior team, and that's the plans.
But I'm sure you've got great memories to look back on.
Massive memories, loads of memories across all the. I don't know how many years that is, but we growing up playing Gaelic football. Doing it at underage and then getting into the senior team, senior panels, and playing up and down the country and in Ireland as well. Yeah, it's been great.
St Brendan's had huge success this last couple of years. They were always a successful club, of course, but this last couple of years with winning the All-Britain Championship, fantastic.
It is brilliant. It seems to be rejuvenated again at senior level, which is good for me to see, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last time we had success, I was probably part of the panel, which is an awful long time ago. So no, it's good to see that the seniors are back up and booming again, and hopefully we can feed some of the youth into that in the coming years. Yeah.
People watching us tonight will remember you as well for your fantastic Irish dancing.
Fantastic?
Well, pretty good.
I didn't have 2 left feet, I think, unlike one of my brothers. No, I don't know.
It's great to see so many young people getting involved now in Irish dancing, as it is in Gaelic football, of course.
Well, I think if I always attribute my stamina to dancing, and I brought it into the football, and I was able to go for a little bit, and I do attribute that to the dancing. I think it stood me in good stead to play football, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
First of all, just to say a really big thank you to the club for inviting myself and Yvonne across. It's we unfortunately weren't able to make it last year, but it's great to be here this year amongst you and enjoying a lovely night here so far. All I ever wanted to do in my life was to play for Donegal, and after that manage Donegal, but then other parts of life take you into different parts of the world. And over the last 10 years, we have been in Glasgow, China, America, and back home again. And I think the one thing that all of those travels do to you is gives you a great sense of who you are as an Irish person and what it means to carry that and how patriotic you become. Carrying on the baton of cultural identity, I think, is very, very, very important for the next generation.
Lovely to be here, and great energy in the room out there, and so many people so dedicated from all over the island of Ireland and locals. And I was just, when I was speaking there, I was talking about how important that is and how important that sort of cultural identity aspect of it is that there's sort of a passing on of the baton from one generation to the next generation, and really in foreign countries, when you're trying to develop the game, then the underage structures become very, very important. And locally here, there's great work going on at that. And that's the true sign that development is happening, that you're not dependent on people coming from Ireland and moving to an area, that you can develop your own players.
Jim, describe to me what it was like in Donegal in 1992 when you brought Sam home for the first time.
Well, that's a long time ago. I suppose, listen, like anything, it's one of those moments that you're hoping and praying for all of your life. I was only a very young lad at the time, but it wasn't lost on me what the senior players in the squad were looking for. It felt like in that summer, in those meetings and those conversations, that it was sort of last chance saloon, and that did create an energy and a pressure, but a positive one in terms of, I suppose, forcing the group down a funnel, if you like, that they had to do it, and I think probably it's things like that that are needed to get over the line for the very first time. Winning in All Ireland is really, really tough, but winning it for the very, very first time is even more difficult, because you're breaking down barriers that that have never been broken before, and that's where Donegal were, and that's what Brian was able to do with that group. So 92 will, there's only ever one first of anything, and 92 will always be very, very special for Donegal.
Barry, another great year for St Brendan's GAA club.
It was, Martin. Continued success from last year, winning the long-awaited county championship in Lancashire, and then on to All Britain, but retained our Lancashire trophy from the previous year. Great success, mixture of different players. Unfortunately, we couldn't make the All Britain again. Bit of luck, didn't go our way. That's what happens when you're trying to strive for success. But yes, great achievement once again. Yes, we're the most successful Lancashire team in this county, but there was a long starving period where we had nothing, and to have it 2 years in a row, we're very grateful for it.
Every team goes through these times, and it's a case of bouncing back, isn't it? And it's difficult as well when you change the team around from one year to the other, with people going home or going to work somewhere else.
It's a fact of life, and I've been 6 years of this club. You encounter that, and it's the way of life. You have to be then active of recruiting players, or get players that have took a step back to come back in. But we're very, very grateful to the guys that we've had. But one thing that hadn't changed was our continuity of management that stayed on. We're grateful that Stephen Moriarty, who had moved back to Ireland but was still coming back from Dublin to train or take the championship matches, which was a great thing. And then Andrew Kane helping us out with the coaching. Aidan Kearney, Nicky Duff, Johnny Plant, all filled in remarkably, and that's what all helped the kind of continuity, and which resulted in success.
I always say that your club is a journey, and the journey is very, very hard. It can be really, really difficult at times, and it can be really challenging at times, and only one team can win the championship, and that's the reality. And you could have 16 teams competing in that, in all the different grades. And so there has to be something more than that, something above that. And for me, that thing is being part of something that's greater than yourself.
The celebrations are in full flow here. We're going to take a little break, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love any food that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on it?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up.
That's good.
You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105.
Do you know what? There's only one word for that.
Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you?
In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowcoat! Come on, I'm coming! You couldn't run the leg to yourself!
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at Ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Welcome back. We are here at the Cresta Court Hotel in Altringham, Cheshire for St Brendan's GAA dinner dance. Now it's been a wonderful night so far. We are going back into the main hall now to catch up with some more of the celebration.
I was speaking with Mark coming in the road in the car today when he picked us up from the airport. We did manage to get lost, but we got back on track again. But he was telling me about all the underage activity that's going on in the club, and that for me is the most important piece in all of this, because the next generation and the next generation, and I know it's very strong in London at the moment, the amount of players that they're producing for their county team, and it is the future.
So we're building a massive foundation now, hopefully. We call it massive because we're, building it from under sevens now who came through. Them girls now are becoming players who can now progress into playing under 12s, under 15s, which is quite encouraging to see. It's something that's going to take some time, but we are always invested in building that St Brendan's ladies wing to the club.
It's great to know that you've got parents coming into the club and then developing them on for coaching.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Because you can only go so far when you've got like the standard people who are always hanging around, the same faces all the time. But when you actually see that new blood coming into the club and they're invested in coming to events like this tonight and out every Saturday now taking coaching badges, it's just incredibly enthusiastic and encouraging to see that. And if I had to say that, like in any kind of, I suppose, summary of what we've achieved this year, it would be that that addition to the club has been what we've really all said to each other. That's our achievement for the year, is that we've got new coaches who are parents of the underage. And they're all, to be honest with you, I'd say 75% of them are female, which is even better.
Nicola, tell me a little bit about how you got involved with St Brendan's GAA Club.
So last year we decided that my two younger children would play Gaelic football, and we were looking at clubs in the area, and we decided on the St Brendan's team. And since then we started to play last year, and this year I've decided to help with the coaching.
And what age are your children?
5 and 8.
And are they enjoying it?
They are. So my youngest is a boy, and he's he's in the under 7s, and my daughter then is on the under 9s team. A couple of weekends we were short on some of the trainers, and they asked if parents were happy to help, and I decided I'd volunteer, and then it's gone from there really, and they asked if I'd like to join the coaching team.
Well, fair play to you, and we're seeing you getting a lovely presentation there tonight.
Yes, that was lovely, nice to be recognised.
I've got 2 boys who are playing for under 11s, so yeah, I've just stepped in and helped out coaching them rather than them not getting the opportunity to play. And then my younger one plays for the under 7s as well.
It's a lovely family commitment, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we're all down there all the time and we love it, just hanging out and getting involved and getting everybody getting stuck in. My eldest is 11 now, so we started probably about 4 years ago. And then just gradually we keep feeding them all in, getting them all involved, so it's all good.
Gaelic football is a great sport, isn't it? We all recognise it, let's say, as a summer sport, but of course it goes on nearly all year round now. But it's great for getting the children out during summer holidays.
Yeah, well, the season goes on from here in Manchester from March until October time. So it's quite good to just get them out, and then whenever there are ones go back home, they get involved in cool camps back home as well. So they get to play whenever they're at home as well.
Now, a couple of weeks' time, of course, we've got the GAA Northern Games here in Manchester. Will you be taking part in that?
Yes, we will. So we've got a team for the under 7s and under 9s, which I'm a coach for, and then the older teams will be involved as well. Well, last year I was involved, but just as a parent, so it was nice to see how it all worked, and then this year we'll be involved more in the coaching side.
2012 was a great year for you. What was it like going back as manager and to actually win the All Ireland as well?
It was amazing. I think when you're growing up, all you want to do is you want to play for your county, and that was all I ever wanted to do. That was your dream and your ambition. And then after that, if you're into coaching, obviously it's to try and climb the ladder and coach your county, and that in itself is a great honour. But I think the pinnacle is to sort of be successful with your own county, and you need a lot of things for that to happen. You know, you need a lot of good people pulling in the one direction. You need a lot of talent, and then sort of, you know, build from there and try and move the thing forward. And we were very fortunate with that group of players that we had, and I suppose the influx of under 21 players. I think there was 7 of them maybe came into the squad that really freshened it, and had senior players maybe looking over their shoulder a wee bit in terms of legs and energy and skill, and the mix of those two things coming together worked very well for us.
When you went to Celtic, how difficult was it from, you know, being involved in GAA and the Gaelic football?
It is a different ball game, and it's literally a different ball game. But I think what I would say is people are people at the end of the day. And, you know, that's the one thing that sort of my coaching experience and even the work in the psychology area, you know, you get into a dressing room and very quickly you can work out the characters in the dressing room and who's who in the dressing room, and those characters are in every dressing room. And it doesn't matter if it's Celtic or Donegal or your local club team, those people are in that dressing room. You will have the jokers, you will have the people that are incredibly focused. You'll have a lot of people in the middle. You'll have people that you need to manage. You'll have people that you don't, that you're almost holding them back. And that's the same. That's the same in every walk of life. And I think that the challenge is to try and find out who they are as people, and to develop them as best you can, and set them on the right direction again, and bring them together. And so for me, like, even though there is a lot of differences, there's a lot of similarities as well.
How do you think the new rules that we've got this year introduced in the GAA, how do you think they're going to improve the game?
Rules are funny things, there's always a counterbalance to every single rule, and the coaches will always find a way to make their approach to that rule the most advantageous as possible. So I think, when it's all said and done, there's not a lot wrong with the game, and if you're going to change the rules, then it probably needs to be radical in order for a rule to have a big impact.
And of course we've got a new structure this year as well, and this is kind of based to give the lesser teams more games.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was watching last weekend and there was a bit of commentary, and they were talking about the fact that you've got 4 teams in each group, you've got to play 3 games and only 1 team is eliminated. But I remember that same conversation happening last year, and they were talking about the lesser teams not getting enough games, and that they need games, and their championship's over in May and they don't do anything in the end of October, and they were complaining about that as well. And so I don't see the issue with that. I think it's great that every team in the country, and the top tier and the second tier, are getting those 3 games, and that only 1 team is eliminated. That's on the back of the provincial championships as well, and it allows there's no dead rubbers. It allows the second and the third to play off for a quarter-final spot. If you top the group, there's a reward for that. So I don't have an issue with any of that. I think that's all. The only way that you can get better is to be playing at your own level or above it consistently in championship football, and I think the structure facilitates that.
I know that you've got a very young band playing here tonight as well, and they're very entertaining.
Yes, Conliffe is he's one of our players, and I think he's been over here for a couple of years, and he's settled in well and playing, and he's making a bit of a name for himself on the music scene, I believe.
They're heading down the road and they're taxing the floor, sitting outside McGuinness front door. Nobody's in, nobody's home till 4, and you're sitting there.
Last October was a very special time for you.
Yes, I got married. Got married to Bethany. We've been together now for 3 years. So no, it was a great day. We were married in Afferton. The reception was in West Lancashire, in West Tower. No, it was a great day had by all, and the ones back at home all enjoyed it, and club members enjoyed it too. Clubs like ourselves are very dependent on evenings like this. It's the financial kind of result of all these evenings. Keeps clubs going. But it's great to see dinner dances that we had before, maybe players dominated with club members. Now we're seeing a kind of a new wave of parents and coaches that are involved with the youth teams, which is great to see, and what makes this club sustainable for the years to come.
Prepare for success, folks. This club is on the up. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the winning Lancashire reigning champions of 22-23, St Brendan's.
Many congratulations on celebrating 63 years of St Brendan's GAA. It's been a wonderful occasion.
Oh, thank you so much, Martin, for everything tonight, and yourself and Annette.
Well, we've really enjoyed being here. We hope you've enjoyed the show at home. Don't forget, we're back next week, 7:30 with the Irish in the UK. Until then, from everybody here at St Brendan's, take care.